Before we get started, if this is the first time you've ever seen one of my videos, normally I make the bed and stuff, but my cat's laying there, so I'm not gonna wake him up to do that. As I'm sure you're aware, the trailer for JJK Season 3 Part 1 dropped today, and luckily for me, I didn't have any like established plans, so instead of talking to my friends and family, I scrubbed through it for like an hour and a half, and I think I found everything they tried to hide from me. I'll cut the preamble a little short because I'm actually really excited to show you guys this stuff. In this video file, I've annotated out the entire trailer, and then I've also taken the liberty to recompile it in an order that I think makes much more sense. By referencing the text and comparing the shots to one another, I think I've got it about as close as I reasonably can. Without any further ado, let's jump straight in. The first batch of shots is what I would assume is the first episode. It picks up exactly where Shibuya left off, where Yuji claps on the bridge or whatever, right? We get Yuji waiting on the stairs for Chozo, and we also get just a general shot of Shibuya. This is before anything starts happening. We'll get some establishing shots of Shibuya, that's fine, but this is what this scene is. And I can tell because of a couple things. The first major one is the lighting. All of the shots in the scene are lit in a very purpley way, and as the scenes continue, they get more and more orange because the sun is coming up. And that's really important when it comes to a couple shots. The real hard part about this scene is trying to figure out when it stops being so purple, and it's when this big monster starts fighting. That's when everything starts to get a little more orange. The sun is coming out more. After they kill that larger cursed spirit, I assume it falls onto the building. That's where Yuji's kind of falling as well. He's coming down after that. But what's really, really neat is that we see Yuta like seeing that. The building in the shot of Yuta walking in front of the camera, that's the same building, it's the same smoke shape, it's the same cursed energy residue shape. And that's the last thing I'm gonna be able to tell you without offering a very serious spoiler warning. That's Yuji fighting cursed spirits, I feel like that's fine, but everything from here on out, there are spoilers. The next section I want to talk about is all these shots of Yuji fighting Yuta, because I think they added a ton. We get the shot of Yuta showing up, those are all fine, but once Yuta and Yuji start fighting, there's something really interesting that happens, and that's the animators making shit up again. Not complaining, by the way, I'm very excited for that. But in Volume 16, when Yuji and Yuta fight, the entire thing happens outside. Yuji actually makes a point of trying to get inside and Yuta stops him. So everything that happens in that building is anime exclusive, it's anime unique. At some point while they're fighting, they have to get back outside though for this next scene. This next shot of Yuji is really important because we can place a couple of other things around it. In the manga, the knife breaks and then Yuji gets a slash on his left side, like his lower left, and we can see that slash when he's running away from that hand, which means that this isn't some random cursed spirit that he's fighting, that is Rika. And that's pretty much it for Yuji versus Yuta. I'm very excited for it, I think it's gonna look good. I'm gonna have a blast editing it later. We also get a couple shots of Naoya fighting Chozo, and there's this one destruction shot that I think belongs to this fight. In case you don't know, Naoya Zenin's curse technique is the same as his father's, the like weird 24 frames thing that gives them essentially super speed. I think this is Naoya running either up to them or fighting Chozo. I may be able to just check, let me check. No, when Naoya shows up, he just shows up. I think that this is Naoya doing something in that Chozo fight. We've already seen them extend. This could also very easily just be a cursed spirit fucking some shit up, which would be fine, either one's fine. This next section isn't very complicated to talk about either. There's only 3 shots for it. This is when Yuji and Megumi get reunited after the fight with Yuta. There's also a shot that I couldn't place anywhere else that I think I'm gonna place here. It's Yuji washing blood off his hands. And we can tell it's Yuji because he still has the red accents on his uniform, but there's not really any other details. This next section is where they meet Tengen for the first time, and there's a couple interesting shots in here, but I generally just like the aesthetic they went with. In order, we see a shot on the way to the cursed tool warehouse. We also see Yuji and everyone walking past the bloodstains. You know, the bloodstains. But once they get into Tengen's barrier, it's kind of just empty. It looks like a training room in a fighting game. There's just a couple concepts floating around. So any shot that has this sort of visual aesthetic can be attributed to this scene. We get a shot of the Kogane. We knew that was going to be happening. There's also a shot of Tengen holding the back of the prison realm. This is also in Tengen's barrier. It's not the actual back of the prison realm. It's just you know, a hologram essentially. And there's also a shot of Kenjaku, which based on the aesthetic, I can only assume it goes in this section, but otherwise, I don't know. And lastly, that brings us to Maki fighting the entire Zenin clan. There's a random shot of the Zenin household. This could be a flashback, but Naoya is on the left side of the screen, so this could be happening during Maki's fight, or like right before it. Who knows? But it's actually these next 2 shots that I'm really interested in talking about. We have a shot of Mai when she's about to sacrifice herself for Maki, and I think this next shot is that. Behind all the like white smoky stuff, you can see two bloodied hands holding something, but the shape of the smoke as it like comes out of the hands starts to take the shape of a sword handle. I believe that is Mai sacrificing herself to make Maki's blade. I'm not sure what else this could even be. And then of course we just have some shots of Maki fucking shit up. Some of the more interesting ones though is actually these big red hands. I thought these would be continuing that bloody hand metaphor with Yuji, and I think that's why they put these in here to try to throw us off. But these are the curse technique of Jinichi Zenin. Jinichi Zenin's technique is basically just summoning big ass hands to fight you with. He can shoot them off like rockets, but they're like large. That's the thing. They're very, very large. If you look at this shot of the big red hand, there's a chair in between the pointer and middle finger. There's also just too much destruction for that to be like a dust thing. This is really clearly a big hand. I'd also assume that's what this big red thumbprint is. I thought it might be Yuji's hand, but I don't think it doesn't look wet. This doesn't look like blood on a hand. This looks like a red hand. And then lastly, there's a shot of just a house. I thought this may just be an establishing shot of Shibuya before Yuji goes like spirit hunting, but when I looked at a different establishing shot of that, the lighting is too inconsistent. I believe this is gonna be Maki's mom's house. It could also be literally anything else. This is just a house. But if I had to pin it somewhere, I would pin it there. And yeah, that's pretty much all I've got. I think that this season, because it's part 1, is going to cover everything up to when they get into the barriers for the Culling game. So I think that we'll get through, I think technically through volume 18. Yes, we'll get through, I think we'll get Hikari's introduction. If not, then we'll get Hikari tease at the end. But either way, once he's a part of the team, the season's gonna be wrapping up shortly. If it were the whole thing, I think it'd be the whole thing, but we're only getting part 1. I think we need to make sure we're keeping that in mind. In case you can't tell, I'm really, really excited for this. The Culling game is kind of like, I have a love-hate relationship with that arc, but I think that it's shaping up to be really, really fantastic. And I think that if we keep getting little additions here and there from the team at Mappa, it'll be a little more fleshed out, and that's exactly what I'm looking for. I'm very excited to watch this. But I've been talking for quite a long time. I want to hear from you guys. Are you excited for JJK Season 3? Do you think I'm right about what these shots are and where they go? Third question for you to respond to in the comments here. Before I go, I will also say we totally have a Discord server now if you want to talk. It's been pretty cool so far. I've been liking it. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you like and subscribe, all that good stuff, blah, blah, blah. I am going to edit this very quickly and get it out to you as fast as I can because I want to hear what you guys are thinking. And, yeah, I think that is gonna be it for me. As always, I'm Knightley. You've been absolutely incredible. Thank you for nearly 30,000 subscribers at the time of recording and a ton of views on the other videos right now. It's been really awesome. You're actually incredible. I'll do something special for 50K. And yeah, I'll see you guys relatively soon. Peace. I've never told you this, but I actually have an edit account on TikTok. It's at Radar Edits or some shit. I'll put it on screen. I'm so excited for JJK Season 3. I'm gonna tear that shit up. Oh my God.